AM 560. The Answer.
Squirrel, did I hear that news right? Another sexual assault on the CTA. You know, at this point, they should just start a dating service. Are you ugly? Are you fat? Do you smell like beef, cheese, and urine? Can you not get lucky? Ride the CTA after midnight. You'll get lucky. Guaranteed. It might be rough, but look to the Palestinians. They got used to it. If it ain't rough, it ain't love in Palestine. Jerry, Harwood Heights.
Sean, brother, thanks for taking my call. Again, all the Teamsters down there at Cinespace, van driver Mike, we all say Bona Natale.
Thank you very much. I love that.
I want to ask you something.
No, don't ask me. You can ask me anything, but don't ask me.
I'm reclaiming my time.
All right, fair enough.
Okay,
Time
yes or no? Yes or no? What is going to happen now since the grand jury is refusing to re-indict Letitia James? What is going on with the Senate, the state Senate Republicans in Indiana, and how come a federal judge could force our people to release that criminal, that whatever his name is, the Maryland father? Now, what in the good name of Christ is going on?
Well, Jerry, come on. Yeah, man, now let's not play innocent now. This is everything these guys dreamt of for years.
But
right?
Wait, is double jeopardy going to be attached to Letitia James now?
Only at Lane Bryant or Victoria's Secret, but she got away with it, Mo. That's the beauty of government mafia. They're insulated from their judicial system, of which they're a part of. It's the perfect scam. It's like Ed Burke's wife, barely getting her law license at 43 and then becoming the Supreme Court
she was the
Chief
Justice.
There. The Chief Justice. You were cooking eggs over medium a month and a half ago. Now you're the Chief Justice. I mean, it's beautiful. And everybody, Jerry, now listen, here's the other thing. Everybody since you and I were young enough to play quarters knew what Ed Burke and his big fat ass was and what Mike Madigan was. And you get used to it. So Letitia James gets away with mortgage fraud. On her first property, said she married the father to get the VA loan, lied about how many units were in it. And among Democrats and Democrat judges, you know what that's called? Real estate investing.
So double jeopardy is attached. They can't touch her now.
Well, I don't know if you have to delegate these areas, and you have to treat them for what they are. They're hostile territories inside America. It's like when you used to watch South Dakota. It's like South Dakota.
I don't get it. Why? Because she's a black female? They're afraid to touch her?
Oh, I don't think it has anything to do with color. She's a Democrat, Mo. Democrat. That's it. It's beyond sexual proclivities, race, and religion. If you're a Democrat, you get away with it. Come on, you're from Chicago. Come on.
Yeah, Madigan is now asking Trump for a pardon. He's got some balls.
Yeah. Don't be shocked if he gets it.
Yeah, I won't be.
Did you see the other Democrat that swindled how many people? Trump gives him the pardon. He already got caught in another swindle. I mean,
Cuellar?
No. He's the. I'll get his name. I'll get his name. I got to look for it. Not Cuellar, but it's close. He's a portly Jewish fella. Oh. Not David Hochberg. I'll get it for you. All right. Thank you very much, Jer. Thank you very much. Thank you. Here it is. Time for the Gospels. According to our Southside priest, he enjoys this segment so much, Squirrel, I think Craig from Mount Greenwood may have a collar on. He definitely doesn't have pants on, but he definitely may have a collar on. Craig, do you have a collar on and no pants?
Well, I don't have the collar, but I'm going to actually tell you something about them collars and things and everything because, Sean, I think you're pretty good at Smith. Yeah, you're pretty good.
I thought you were going to say you definitely don't have pants on. I would have lost $5 to the Squirrel.
No,
Go ahead.
Well, you might. Maybe you're in a swimming trunks and them sandals getting a tan. I don't know.
Sure.
You're in the right part of town, man. Yeah. Hey, you're good at sniffing out these imposters and everything like that, but you weren't the first one. Back in the day, Jesus, he took in... He actually went on a couple of Sean-like rants, but he ran into these cats that they were the religious elite of the day, the high priests. And these were phonies. They were like, preaching the bulldog. And you can always tell them because they're not preaching God's principles or promises or anything. So here's what Jesus told them. He says, he called them hypocrites. He says, you're hypocrites, you're blind guides, you're like whitewashed tombs, beautiful on the outside, but you're full of dead men's bones and all uncleanliness on the inside. Depart from me, you evildoers of iniquity, I never knew you. Anyways, that's to those so-called rich people. So Jesus was able to identify him, took and had some words for him, and boy, one day he's going to he's going to shuffle them off to hell for all their preaching of bulldog. And anyways, we can recognize them because they're always going to be taking God's word out of context and lying about it and doing the opposite thing, like going against justice, where innocent people are basically being hurt and the criminals are being helped.
I mean, it doesn't just have to be. It doesn't have to be religious people. It could be these new swindlers, like the BLM people. Every one of them in every area caught swindling and stealing the money in the name of a so-called righteous cause. So it could be a multitude of different people. It could be this guy that Trump pardoned, which, by the way, is astonishing to me.
Sean, one more thing.
All right, well, go ahead. Go ahead.
You know how you, from time to time, you go on a little rant about these imposters and these rotten politicians and everything?
Yeah, it's called my show.
That's right. Well, there was a few times when Jesus did it. You remember in the temple, they turned the house of God into a den of thieves. These were religious people having their little flea market in there, robbing the people and everything.
Yeah.
They were cheating them and everything. And Jesus came in there. He had a lot of words for them there, turned over their tables and that.
Sure.
So it just goes to show you, there's these imposters. I mean, they've been around since all the way back over 2,000 years ago. And Jesus had to contend with them, and we got to contend with them.
I agree with you. Thank you very much. Elijah Eli Weinstein, convicted of a $200 million Ponzi scheme in January 2021. Since convicted, he was released on pardon. He has now been caught on a separate $44 million Ponzi scheme since his release. That's not very good. That's not good. But, I don't know. Maybe there's some other reasoning. Maybe somebody... But I have to tell you, the more I look at the pardons... But then again, look at you. You have this beautiful grandmother, this lovely woman, who wanted to vindicate all of the righteous people who voted legitimately against the illegal, fraudulent vote and presidency of Joe Biden. And she sits in a prison after the pardon, refusing, as the governor refuses to release Tina Peters.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
And that's why when people say to us, oh, you're going to lose the midterm. If it's a Democrat area, they cannot enforce law. If their officials are connected enough, they can perpetrate mortgage fraud and a plethora of other crimes. And they walk around the city free as a jaybird with a gold Rolex on the watch. 50 years. Ed Burke, Mike Madigan, thieves, extortionists, gangsters. And they get pinched when they're 80? And you're supposed to believe there's some law in these lawless hellholes? But the good news is we never wavered. On this show, never wavered. From the night they stole the election to the last breath I have, the most obvious election theft in American history is Joe Biden, and therefore every other one in every other Democrat area is completely illegitimate. It's not an election, it's a selection.
Video of some coming across the border from Mexico. There's other information of ballots being shipped from one state to another. In fact, there was a postal service driver, I think, who was sent from New York to Pennsylvania in the middle of the night with a truckload of ballots that was then used to, quote, backfill, end quote, the vote count. It's absolutely absurd. We have more evidence coming in today of a massive load of ballots, I think, from Arizona to Georgia. So they had these warehouses of counterfeit ballots.
Two Democrat states. But see, in these Democrat dungholes, you get used to it. The thievery's open and notorious, and what happens when they get caught? Oh, we didn't see it. It was an oversight.
The Human Resources Department for the city of Tucson says it was confusion about entering pay codes during a transition between payment systems that resulted in nearly $54,000 being overpaid to Tucson Police Department employees.
Oversight? We were changing computer systems. Got to be an absolute moron to buy this. If it's a Democrat, it is not a political party. It is a confession. 312-642-5600.
Make money, smoke cigars, and live free on The Sean Thompson Show on AM 560. The Answer.